everybody, welcome back to another Dumb Putt Productions video. I'm Aaron, your lovely host, and we are back here again with Scarlet Hollow. If you haven't seen the other episodes of this, if this is a fresh video, go back. This is episode 5, part 1. Episode 5, part 1. They're releasing a second part next week. But apparently these are like some of the biggest chapters they've had, and so that's why they split it up like they did. But y'all, if y'all haven't seen this, it's a horror storytelling game with a lot of replayability. This is my first run, and we're going to go ahead and just dive back on in. Alright, I'll go ahead and show the recap, and I'll put a timestamp here too for people who don't need the recap. You can skip ahead, but we will run the recap, because it's been a while since episode 4. I might even need it a little bit. Yeah, full recap. Excuse me. Right. And so we were here, we came to this town to attend a funeral of our cousin's mother, my aunt. Okay. I remember that. And this was our cousin, Tabitha, who definitely seems like she knows about stuff going on in town, but we don't really know. I haven't gotten reason to mistrust her necessarily. But she was the one looking after us during our stay here. This is Stella, a cryptid streamer, like YouTuber, content creator that we met, who I am just so down bad for. That's our love interest right there, y'all, in case you needed to know. And her dog, Gretchen, the cutest pug of indeterminate age. And this is Duke, a hunter who was helping us out in the woods while we were dicking around looking for cryptids with her. And we found that stuff out there. There was, you're going to see it in a second, there were some things out there that were doing some shit to the wildlife. I think they ended up calling them ditchlings. And we got through here. We got through here without losing anybody because we're awesome. Because we're strong and sexy. That's the two things we picked this time. We're hot and strong. We're a big, hot, strong lady. Yeah, and these are these ditchling things that we've been seeing that it seems like they're mostly omens of something worse going on. But we saved Gretchen. We saved Duke. We got out of there okay. And this is Wayne, who I think is a dead spirit wandering the city. And he's been helping us out. He's been helping us out here and there. He's been walking us. And he seems like a big, bad spirit, too. Because he's, like, walked us out of full death states. Like, moments where it seemed like we were dead. And he's just like, what are y'all doing in here? Wayne just walks in like, what are y'all doing in here? Get out of there. It's crazy. Yeah, and we had some hiccups between Stella and our cousin because they have they have a history that kind of fell apart. Avery, our favorite they of the town, our favorite they them of the whole town. What's up, Avery? And Sybil, our old lady, maybe witch, who's been helpful, who's been nothing but helpful, to say that. And we got Oscar, the head of the library. We did try to help his daughter, and we did save his daughter from something, but she learned the hard way that there are bad. Sometimes there are things you can't take back. I'll just put it like that. And this is Stella, or not? Excuse me, Dr. Kelly. Dr. Kelly. I saw the name on the screen. Dr. Kelly, who's been taking care of one of Stella's friends, who I won't spoil the episode, has a condition. We'll just say that. And this is something he was saying. He was saying he's the only person who cares about our safety. He's been saying that throughout. Wayne has been saying that he's the only one here supposedly really here to help us. But yeah, but it might be too late to prevent what's going down. And here's Oscar's daughter. She went missing, but she was just off with some friends. And they went into a wonderful mine shaft. As you can see, it's very hospitable. It was very hospitable. And we did call our cousin to let her know what was going on. That was an option we had. And then we found a whole Scooby gang down here of kids, just trying to mind their own business. And I get it, but God, you couldn't pay me to be in a mine shaft of any kind. Our cousin giving her best smile. Tabitha giving the best smile she can. And this is when we learned that the librarian's house has been haunted, supposedly. And that's why they haven't been staying in their home. But before we got out, there were some sounds that went on deeper in the cave. And we had to go rooting around for some kids who were wanting to, you know, pull up their big boy pants, their big britches. But we managed to save the kids, mostly, not before seeing some crazy hallucinations and passing the fuck out. Yeah, we had to go back for 2 of the other kids, and we made it all out alive. But as you can see, we had someone lose a leg. Like you can see it there. Like that's a done foot. That's a done foot right there. But we got her out. This is the housekeeper who we haven't talked much to her, honestly. Janie. I'm glad I'm doing this, getting a nice little refresher on all these people. She's been sweet, but she talks a lot. That's about all I'll say. This is when we were gonna be helping our cousin with some stuff, but then we kind of ditched. Duke, the hunter we helped, and his son, who, look at the size of this boy. Bo. But he's a good boy. And then we got to have breakfast with Stella. And then we got to meet a mayor dog. There's an option to be able to talk to animals as one of your like things you pick at the beginning, and I cannot wait to do a run of that with that, because like I need to know the secrets. I mean, look at these eyes. They know secrets. This dog knows political secrets. I need to learn these things. He was a good boy. Oh, and there's this creeper preacher who I think is actually sweet and nice, but he just comes off weird. He comes off odd. He just comes off a little odd. But he was pleasant enough. Yeah, and this is Stella's artist friend. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but we're about to see it. Reese, who is a good dude, but he's got a condition, and it has nothing to do with the art. Well, I don't know. It could have something to do with the art you see, but the art's a symptom. And we stopped in for a dinner, tried to get through it. It did not go well. And I'm going to stop and say it. Dr. Kelly can get it. There, moving on. We were trying to get him some more freedom in the house, because it was kind of perceived like she was just trying to rule his life. And I didn't take it that way per se, but it was one of those things where it was just like, okay, but I think maybe there's some mediation that needs to happen here. Kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't think she's trying to be malicious, but we do need to have some talks about some boundaries, and we'll see. You'll see. We're getting the playback of all this. We just tried to go see a movie. No big deal. And he just kind of like lost his shit a little bit. Saying like, you know, even if I get sick from doing these things, if I'm sick every day anyway, then and he's an adult too. Like, these are all characters in their 20s, like at minimum. And then it did not go well. His condition flared up a little bit, and we had to cut that short. Oscar, who is just, dude. Can we talk about how bangable Oscar is too? Look at this man. Look at this. Okay, Oscar with those kind ass eyes. Okay. And this is when we went in to help them with their ghost problem. You know, obviously Stella wanted us to check it out. She's a cryptid content creator type, like ghost hunting, sure. And we noticed this. Yeah, they'd been cleaning this stain constantly, but it just kept showing back up. They couldn't get rid of it. Stella was the first person to pull up the carpet and find just the worst looking hatch. Yeah, like that's the worst looking hatch. And that's when everything went wrong. The moment she opened it. We didn't even go down there. The moment she opened it, everything went fucking haywire. And I'm pretty sure a demon was possessing, or a demon spirit, what have you, something, an entity of some kind was possessing all of them. I think that's even him back there, actually, right now. I never noticed him. I think that's him right there, right now in the back. God. The art design in this game, as you can see, is stellar. And this is when we went through reliving the past experience of the home and what this family went through. And it wasn't great. Some of the people here brought it on themselves, but what was done to them was awful. And here's Wayne, and this is the moment I was talking about where we were at full blown, like, I don't know what we're doing, I don't know what's about to happen, and Wayne just walks the fuck in. Look at this motherfucker. He just walks in. Oh, hey, what's up? You're there. Yeah, this is when he just, like, absolutely, like, Deus Ex Machinas us. Just crushing dudes, no big deal. Yeah. Bottom feeders. What an anime line. What a fucking anime pro tag line. Bottom feeders. And then we got thrown into this. Y'all, if y'all haven't seen that episode, go back and watch it. I can't remember having felt more trapped in a moment. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what the right choices were. It was awful. It was awful, essentially being on trial and not knowing what's going to save their lives and what's not. It was really rough. It was really rough. But once again, Wayne just walks in. Oh, y'all moved over here? Like, just absolute beast. Absolute beast of a man right there. Or entity, what have you. And he got us all out. He got us all out. But what's worse is everyone remembers it. Like, it's one of those things where not everyone didn't just wake up and be like, oh, what happened? It's like, no, they all remembered what was just done to them, and they have to live with it. That's great. We love that. But Wayne was proud of us. Wayne was proud of us. We got through it without killing anybody. We got through it without losing anybody. Like, that's, I think, the best we can do. And Stella got... Obviously, Stella got freaked the fuck out. Yeah, and this is when Sybil kind of walked us home. Oh, and I think I might be in my current day. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Or no, okay, we're still in the flashback. Okay. Right, and this is when we started looking for Stella, because Stella was missing, and I freaked out when Stella, I suddenly couldn't reach her or find her. That's my love interest, and she's awesome. That girl would keep me safe in the wild. That girl would provide for me. Do you understand that, Ted? Do you understand that, Ted? But yeah, we went talking to the cops about all that, and they didn't help us much. We went talking to even the protesters that were trying to protest about the mines they work at. We went to fucking everybody. And Sybil gave us some kind of special concoction. I did drink it, so we'll see what comes on with that. Apparently death, misery, and difficulty is all we have waiting for us right now. It has to do with those little ditchlings coming up. Yeah. And here we are. This is when we went back to Reese's place. And we found some weirdness. And I retrieved an axe, thankfully, and tore this wall open and found that. Another one of those like rune stones, which I think this was like the third we found, maybe the fourth. They're around the town. It's not normal. And this is when we get our transformation. And his condition goes full blown. We learn it is not a sickness. Grab my hand and I'll pull you out. Oh, hey, Wayne. I almost didn't even notice. I forgot about that moment. Wayne reaching in. Hey, bud, I got you. Once again, I got you. Wayne's always got you. Yeah. It was a bad episode, y'all. Look at that. The design of Reese's form when he's transformed is so good. Like, if that isn't nightmare fuel. And we had a chance here. We could have potentially helped him kill her. We could have helped her, I think, be more aggressive in taking him down. We, I think, found a nice passive route. Yeah, because we were sexy. Because we were fucking sexy. And so instead of having to use the tranks, we were able to, like, walk up to him and reach him. And be like, yo, look how hot I am. Look how hot, strong, and lady I am. Remember who you are. A hot, strong lady lover. And we managed to help them find some peace in that moment. And then we got a call from Stella, and we went out and met her. I forgot to see. I'm really glad I went through all this. Tabitha will be busy out at the mines tomorrow. Take advantage of that. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her around to stop you. Explore the estate. You might find something interesting if you know where to look. So that's what we're doing today, I guess. And of course we went in and had a nice night with Stella. Respectfully. Yeah, exactly. Like, just no. We two girls just enjoying the presence and company. Whatever happens, we're going to face it with Stella. And I think that's where we come in today. Yeah, that's where we find ourselves today. So, y'all, if you're coming in from the time skip, we're here and we're ready. Wake up for our new day of horror. You wake up to the sound of birdsong and to the welcome aroma of breakfast sizzling down the hall of Stella's intimately cozy cottage. Right. We stayed over at Stella's because she's our girl and I'm her girl. The soft cotton oversheet you're wrapped in still smells like her. The gentle morning sun shines in through her bedroom window, speckling the sheets with dazzling spots of light, warming the spot where Stella lay beside you all night. Ah! Ah! You feel like you've had a good night's sleep for the first time in days, and you know you have her to thank for it. Join her in the kitchen, absolutely. Ah, there's my girl! There's my girl! Wearing the cute little Gretchen slippers. I see it. I see it. So cute. There's our girl. There's our girl. Okay, I'm done. Aaron, hope I wasn't too noisy in here. I wanted you to be able to get some more sleep. I know it's early. Still, it can't be too bad to wake up somebody making pancakes for you. Wake up to somebody making pancakes for you. Even if it is at the crack of dawn. No, that's peak. Your peak. Your peak. Yeah, I'm going in for a morning kiss. I'm sorry. We're going right to it. You take a step forward, leaning in close. You can feel Stella's smile broaden as you plant a gentle kiss on her cheek. Oh, Aaron, you can do better than that. Ah! Yo, she's so peak. Like, in all the, like, right, real ways. Like, she's such a real one. Before you can pull away, she takes your face in her flour-dusted hands, pressing her soft lips to yours. Yes. Yes. She smirks as she turns back to the pan. How'd you sleep? Aren't I the host here? Isn't that what I'm supposed to ask you? But I slept great. Of course I did. Thanks again for everything you did yesterday. You have no idea how light I feel right now. Yep. It was nice to wake up here knowing your face would be the first thing one of the first things I'd see. Stella's gentle smile spreads into a grin. Well, aren't you romantic? A little. If you think my looks are nice, wait till you try my pancakes. These are what'll have you coming back for more. And that's the last one. Let's have ourselves a breakfast feast. Let's do it. Nom. Stella motions with a pancake-laden plate towards the table. You take a seat. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna think about my pancakes first. We're gonna start off strong. Nice positivity here. You take a multi-layered bite of Stella's pancakes. They're incredible. A perfectly crispy crust with a light and fluffy interior, still steaming from the heat of the pan. With a generous pour of maple syrup adding a flavorful sweetness. A rich, buttery aftertaste lingers on your palate. God, I could go for some pancakes now. Fuck, does anybody else feel like some fucking pancakes all of a sudden? Let's get a look at these. Oh, and you gave yourself an egg? What if I wanted an egg? This bomb. A stack of these made with love by someone who cares about you is a perfect way to start your day. Yeah. God, I'm so in love with Stella. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna explore. We need to talk about Reese, because that went crazy. We should talk about Reese after we make plans. Or before we make plans. Well, why? Did something happen? Y'all, did something happen? Y'all, go back and check the footage. Did something happen? You take a deep breath, then proceed to explain everything. Ooh, yeah. I am sorry for bringing up like this level of heavy talk to your pancakes. That should be illegal. It should be illegal. Stella stares down at her pancakes in shock, trying to process what you just said. Reese was a monster? The whole time? I mean, I'm sure it was pretty shocking and scary in the moment, but I gotta admit, one of my best friends turning out to be some kind of supernatural creature is basically a dream come true. No! I mean, you know what? That's fair. I'm glad you're taking if she's putting a spin on it, that's good. I hope you run into him today. I bet he looks so cool. He does. If you weren't worried about him murdering you, like if that wasn't a concern, you would be able to just be like, wow, you look fucking dope, dude. I wonder if he'll give an interview for my channel. I'm gonna tell her. Wayne stopped by while you were in the shower last night. Whoa, that's scary. This is my house. I live here. What did he want? He said Tabitha wouldn't be around today. Dude, I'm all in with Stella. I'm not keeping anything from Stella. Like, she put a collar around my neck, attached it to the baseboard of the bed. I'm done. I'm locked in. He said Tabitha wouldn't be around today. What a coincidence. I was going to suggest snooping around the estate. And unless Wayne is lying, which maybe he is, it sounds like today is the perfect opportunity to snoop. Dude, I'm gonna trust Wayne. It's true. There's a forbidden wing we haven't been able to look at all. I trust Wayne. He hasn't led me astray. It doesn't mean we can trust him, but maybe just this once. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who'd want Tabitha to catch us snooping. Yeah, like what would he benefit? Alright, pancakes have been eaten, and I am fueled up for today's activities. You're so great, Stella. Oh my god, stop winking at me. You gotta stop winking at me, girl. Stella stands up, Gretchen hopping down from her chair to stand at Stella's side, and the two of them lead you to the door and out into the chilly morning air. The walk through town is quiet. It's early, and though you can smell the diner cooking up breakfast for hungry miners and brewing coffee for cops to sip while ignoring the horrors plaguing Scarlet Hollow, Main Street is deserted. You and Stella feel like the only people in the world watching the sun rise over the abandoned library. The estate looms over the three of you, more unwelcoming than it's ever been, as if the small bit of time you spent away in a warm house still full of love that built it has made the mere thought of the crumbling manor unbearable. Wow, I can barely remember the last time I made my way up that hill. Pearl Ann didn't exactly make it easy for me to see Tabitha, so we usually hung out anywhere else we could think of. Your aunt had a tendency to shoot first and ask questions later, so I figured it was best not to risk winding up at the business end of her shotgun. You only make that mistake once. It's sad to see how much worse it's gotten. That cliff used to be a lot farther away from the house, but it's claimed a lot of ground. The place looks like it could fall off any day now. It used to be such a beautiful house. Together, you cross the threshold, the ancient door creaking open to reveal the familiar, dusty foyer. Knowing Tabitha isn't here to keep you in line gives the place a new feeling, like you have complete ownership of the place, and that any secrets it once held are yours to be uncovered, if only you can figure out where to look. You can feel how much the floor is tilting. Jeez. The place has really gone to the dogs since the last time I was here. Everything feels so much older and disused. I can't believe Tabitha is still living here. I'm sure she has a lot of memories tying her to the place, but it feels like it could come down around our ears any second. So, where to first? Oh no! Oh no! Do I do it? Like, there's silly option and clearly right. I'm doing it, y'all. Y'all, judge me. Cast your first stone. Cast your first stone. Let's go up to my room first. Oh, got something up there you'd want to show me? Stella gives you a flirtatious wink. Maybe these abs I got. Maybe these hot stack of lady abs I got. The two of you make your way up the rickety stairs and into the guest room. The moment you enter the room, Gretchen and Frou-Frou start growling at each other. Uh-oh, this is going to be trouble. Gretchen lets out a short, sharp yap. That's all it takes for Frou-Frou to launch from the bed, skittering away down the hall. You hear her gallop down the stairs, undoubtedly returning to her spot in the kitchen. Gretchen is victorious. Yeah, she is. Anyway, if I remember correctly, this is Pearl Ann's old room, right? Tabitha really wasted no time getting this place turned over for guests. Someone has been here. The closet is wide open, and its contents have been dragged out into the room. A discolored residue smeared on some of the larger boxes, giving you a hint as to who might have been behind the invasion of privacy. Holy shit. That mess has got to be Wayne, right? I think I'd know. I think I'd know if you were that messy. The closet was not like this yesterday morning. So your room's been tampered with. All the more reason to check it out. Got to. You and Stella cross the room to investigate the open closet door. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, shit. The back of it hangs slightly ajar. It looks like it was never a solid wall at all, but rather a door, previously hidden behind the pile of boxes and papers that was dragged out of the way. There is no doorknob, only a small circle of metal where a doorknob would be, punctuated with a keyhole. Is that a hidden door? Yes, I knew it. I knew there were going to be hidden passages. Stella whips out her camera, nearly fumbling and dropping it in excitement, but she regains her steadiness, aiming into the gloom of the closet at the sliver of light from the room beyond. Stellars, you are not going to believe this. We're here in the Scarlet Estate, trying to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on around town, and have just uncovered this hidden door in Aaron's closet. I am going to mention this. I was like, I don't think we should film this. Don't you think Tabitha's going to get mad at you for filming in here? Like, legal action mad? That's the name. And this is why I love her. Dude, I fucking love this girl. That's the nature of journalism. I take risks to get information out into the world. Whether that's the risk of bodily harm or legal consequences for sneaking into my friend's old house. God bless you, Stella. If we don't find anything, I don't post anything. But if we do find something and it blows your dark, possibly incriminating family secrets wide open, well, I guess that's a problem for future Stella to figure out. You're going to be the death of me, Stella. At least that beats dying alone. Dude, straight up. OTP. MC and Stella, OTP. You both step forward, Stella filming as she dramatically opens the door, its hinges creaking appropriately. Together, you enter the forbidden wing of the Scarlet Estate. Ooh. One second. Before I read all that, I just wanted to get a look at the room. Okay, this is going to be fine. The room you find yourself in is mostly barren, with no real furniture to speak of. The wallpaper is peeling with neglect, and the floor tilts uncomfortably beneath you. Already, you can see why Tabitha would be so intent on keeping you out of these unused rooms. This doesn't feel like a place for humans anymore. Stella continues forward excitedly, camera held up to catch every detail. You follow her into the hallway beyond the small, forgotten room. Wow, an exclusive look at the ruins of the Scarlet Estate. Even if you don't find anything supernatural in here, this is already great stuff. Oof. Great stuff. Oh yes, great stuff. Before you was a long hallway, age-stained, curtains fluttering in the breeze, flowing in through cracked glass. Weak sunlight illuminates the dust dancing on the air. An ornate entryway, its doors long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Oh, those are fresh prints. She zooms in on what you now notice is a faint trail of human footprints along the dusty floor of the hallway. Looks like our friend has been doing some exploring of his own. We'll have to be careful. I'd rather not run into him while sneaking around in here. I kind of want to investigate that ornate entryway, but following the let's do it. We're going to investigate the ornate entryway. You both make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. Ooh, that's a room. It seems like some kind of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect out of fancy rich people who'd want to show off. That's such a cool... Y'all, they spent so much time and effort on this game because the backdrops are just immaculate. Look at that shit. It would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the room. The air here stinks of mildew. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There is a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Jeez, it's a miracle any of this is still standing. Tabitha should really think about moving before this half of the house decides to finish falling off the cliff. As Stella excitedly films B-roll of the ruined parlor, something else catches your eye too. A bookshelf, or rather, what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden, and now exposed by the rot of this house. And it seems that Stella has spotted it too, as she turns her camera towards the dark entryway. Look at that excited face. She's jacked. She's jacked right now. A hidden room? Oh man, the fans are gonna love this. I'm gonna examine that painting first. I think we can do both. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called the hospital at the time of the painting. And then there are the places you've yet to see, the church, as well as the historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads. And that would be our little town. Oh, there's a plaque under it, in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten. We saw Enoch, I think, had to do with our ghost night we had. Oof. I feel like writing something like that is just asking to wind up gathering dust in a neglected room like this. Let this be a lesson to all of my viewers looking to immortalize their life's work. Yeah, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. Not truly. Not truly. Not in the long, long run. In the long, long haul, we're all dust. Try and have fun while you're not. That's all I got. So all two of you, maybe. Let's go check out that room. Stella takes you by the hand, her firm grip lending you a sense of security even as you both step over the wide gap in the floor. Together, you duck between the shelves, stepping over water-damaged books and into the darkness of the hidden room. Ooh, that's a room. The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the wall. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. Let's get a quick look at this room. Oh, God, that's so good looking! I can't get over it. I won't shut up about it. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty and some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty but mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room. Ah! Gretchen barks out at the rest of the room, attempting to intimidate whatever it is she smells. Shh, Gretchen, we wouldn't want anybody to find us here. Who knows? They might try and seal it back up. Amontillado? I don't know what that is. Amontillado style. I'm gonna look up something after my recording. Gretchen quiets down, but that doesn't stop her from thoroughly investigating the space. This is it, Stellars. The kind of find every urban explorer hopes for. A hidden room locked away in the Scarlet estate, full of weird artifacts and keepsakes no one was ever supposed to find. Yeah, we see a Confederate flag over there. I'll say it. We see a Confederate flag and some shit over there. I hope that's a blue coat, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be a gray coat with that flag right there. They weren't counting on a couple of investigative documentarians like us going to go looking. But here we are, about to blow your family's sordid past wide open. Absolutely it is. But we're going to examine that desk. We're going to walk over to this desk. You step towards the desk. Maybe there's something worth finding in its drawers? Ooh, they're making me pick. Interesting. Guess open the top drawer. The top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. The wax seems slightly gnawed. Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents. Scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. And hidden among the documents, you find an ancient photograph. A stern blonde man stares up at you from the detritus at the bottom of the drawer. A face you're surprised to find you recognize. It's the man from your vision, the one in the hospital bed. Hey, I've seen that before. That's the picture of Theodore they put in the local history books. That's your great-great-uncle or something, the one who died in the collapse. Tell Stella about your vision. Yeah, absolutely. I had a vision about him yesterday. No way. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Enoch said he was working with a witch and that she'd be able to help him fix things. But this was in the hospital, after the collapse. Stella focuses the camera on you as you explain the vision you saw yesterday. She's clearly shocked by this revelation, drinking in every word, eyes growing wide. A witch? And then somehow they managed to convince the whole town that Teddy died in the collapse? But if he didn't, and some witch was involved... Sounds to me like your family has more than just Charlie Shaw's skeleton in their closet. Close that drawer. And yeah, we're going to open the bottom and suffer the price. The bottom drawer offers some resistance as you try and pull it out. It seems that it was locked, though the bit of metal attempting to hold it shut seems to have rusted to the point of uselessness years ago. It gives in with a sharp tug, rotting wood splintering softly somewhere within the century-old desk. Nah. Hey, buds. Two possums stare up at you from within a nest of gold glass vials, their beady eyes blinking with surprise. Sorry, buds. Gretchen immediately starts barking and straining to get at the poor beasts, breaking the eerie silence of the forbidden wing with a cacophony of doggy wrath. The possums fall over, feigning death. Yeah! That's great! Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. I'm not letting you go after a couple of poor little possums. You don't even have teeth. This isn't a fight you're gonna win. We're so dead. Look at us. We are so dead. Go away. We are so very dead. Go away now. Yes, go away. Cute. So cute. But if we could talk to them, y'all, once again, the replayability of this game is going to be huge. I can really tell. The replayability of this game is going to be massive. Stella reaches out a foot, holding the squirming Gretchen close to her chest, and slides the drawer shut. The possums are safely stored away where the bloodthirsty, toothless pug can't try to wrap her gums around their little throats. We've seen enough. We can go to the hallway. Now let's see where those footprints go. You find yourself on the 3rd floor of the estate for the first time. As you take in your surroundings, Stella slowly pans the camera down to the length of the hall, working to build the dread and tension for her future viewers. She clears her throat again, resuming her narration in a charmingly professional hosting voice. Of course, always, naturally, it's Stella. Clearly, Aaron and I are not the only people who have passed through the supposedly forbidden wing. Who knows? We might wind up running into someone else sneaking around in here. If you're watching this as a found footage after the two of us went missing, now you know where to start looking for our bodies. Funny, but not. She drops the camera after her morbid joke, her voice returning to its usual casual cadence. Looks like the footprints go all the way down this hallway, into that far door. I want to move these boxes. I'm moving these boxes. Powerful build! Yes, the boxes easily slide out of the way. It's almost like they were placed there to make the room less conspicuous rather than as any kind of actual barrier. You push past them into the room beyond. I was so fixated on the footprints, I didn't even realize there was a room here. That probably means it has some really good stuff. The kind of stuff people put away hoping nobody will ever find it. The kind of stuff that makes for a great video. Let's do it. Okay. This room is coldly empty. The large antique bed is made, its sheets ancient and dusty, but still somehow giving off the feeling of tidiness. Even with cobwebs stretched between each corner of the four-poster frame. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm so happy to see this word here because I never knew if it was like poster, like if there was an L in here or what. I can die in peace. I can now die in peace. We're gonna search the desk first. We like desks. We like desks. You step towards the desk. Its drawers practically overflowing with stationery. You start opening drawers. Each one is filled with paper, stacked haphazardly, practically spilling out as you attempt to dig through for anything important. All these bills and receipts are in Edwardine's name. Guess we know whose desk this is. The rest of the room is so neat and tidy, it's amazing that her drawers are such a hoarder's nest of old paper. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Scarlet ladies have always been like this, pretending they have everything together on the surface and being a total mess on the inside. Sounds like Tabby Oh, Tabby to a T. Our cousin. Oh, don't tell her I said that. When you reach the bottom right drawers, you find something entirely different. Greeting cards, letters, small wrapped packages, some opened, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. You open one of the cards. Both pages are taken up by a handwritten note. Tabby, hope you're doing well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. Hope Pearl treats you to your best Christmas yet. I'm not sure what sort of doodads you're into these days, so I sent a little something that made me think of you. I made sure they were the best shells of the bunch. Not sure how rare any of them are, but they're awfully pretty. And they've still got that beach smell. Make sure you put your ear to them too. It doesn't compare to the real thing, but it comes close enough. And in case you think that makes me a cheapskate, I made sure to send along a little cash too, so you can get yourself something a little nicer than glorified beach trash. Make sure you get Pearl Ann to take you to the nice toy store, because that's where I'd take you if I was there. If you get the time, I'd love to hear from you. I miss you so much, Tabby, and I'm always thinking of you. You can come out and visit me anytime. I know you've always wanted to see what it's like out east. I've made sure to write out my address in the back of this card just in case you didn't know how to get a hold of me. Been missing you, my incredible, wonderful, amazing daughter. All my love, Dad. Oh my God. Stella lowers the camera, averting its gaze from the deeply personal letters. Tabby said her dad never tried to get in touch, that he just abandoned her. You pull out another from closer to the top of the pile. Happy birthday, Tabby. It's me again, your old dad. So the big 2-0. I can't believe my daughter is such an adult. In my mind, you're still that. I'm not gonna cry. I'm trying to keep it together, y'all. But honestly, that's killing me. In my mind, you're still that bouncy little kid doing cartwheels on the front lawn, telling me what various sounds animals make, like you're the professor of animal noises. I have no idea if you read these, but I'll keep writing them, even if sometimes it feels like I'm writing them to a ghost. I mean, we haven't spoken in almost 15 years. You're a whole human being now, and I have no idea what you're like. God bless you, dude, for trying. To be able to keep writing for 15 years with no answer back is miraculous. I like to think we'd get along, though. As always, my address is on the back. I hope you'll decide to visit me one of these days. I've got a guest room all set up just in case. It's always ready for you, kid. I love you, and I always will, no matter how you turned out to be. No matter who you turned out to be, either. Love, Dad. There are years and years of these. The bottom drawer is almost entirely unopened envelopes dated from when Tabitha would have been just a kid from him. All from him. Oh, it kind of looks like Aberdeen and Pearl Ann were keeping these from Tabitha on purpose for practically her entire life. I don't even know if we should tell her. I mean, there could have been a good reason, right? Like, maybe he was awful and telling her would just be painful and dredge up bad memories, but... Dude, I'm gonna have to. And if she chooses to hate me, this is where I'm at in life. Like, if she chooses to hate me over having invaded the privacy of this wing, finding these, if she wants to hate me for all this, then she can choose to. Yeah, this. Tabitha deserves one good thing in her life. I don't care if she yells at us for snooping around back here. Straight up. You're right. She has to know the truth. Yeah, your dad's been writing you letters forever. God, okay, I'm fine. That didn't mess me up at all. You make your way to the closet. It's as lifeless and tidy as the rest of the room. It seems Edwardine kept things neat and orderly, or as neat and orderly as she could, considering the decaying state of the place. This looks to me like where Pearl Ann would go shopping for Tabby's clothes. It's exactly the sort of thing she wears. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen her in that dress before. The only thing here besides your clothes and shoes is a box, shoved off to the side. You pick it up. Child-sized overalls, striped shirts, a small pair of trousers with suspenders still attached. One of those little sailor suits boys from the 50s were always wearing. Boys' clothes. That's weird. When was the last time a boy was born into the family? Jesus! Mommy, I am in here too and I love you. When you pull out the last shirt, a note is revealed, tucked away in the bottom of the box in a protective plastic sleeve. It's scrawled in an almost illegible handwriting, written in some thick brown watery ink that's cracked with age. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Exactly, dude. As Stella handles the note, Gretchen anxiously stomps on the floorboards. It's okay, Gretchen. You don't have to squirm so much. It's just paper. Really, really creepy paper. Stella zooms in on the unsettling note, making sure the camera takes in every detail. Okay, I got the footage I need. You should put that back before you get a curse from it or something. Like, literally. You drop the note back into the box, once again covering it with the clothes. Folks, what you just saw was found in the bottom of a box of boys' clothes hidden away in Edwardine Scarlet's closet. Yet the only children I supposedly ever had were 2 girls. This mystery is getting so thick it's gone from gumbo to gravy. We're just... Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what you're getting out of me. Yeah, that's what you're getting out of me right now. Just a good old JC. Just a good old JC. Yeah, hopefully that note hasn't cursed us both. And if it has, well, we can add it to the pile, because with everything we've seen lately, we're probably carrying a few already. You're done here. Return to the hallway. You and Stella return to the hallway. We're going to go ahead and just follow the trail from here, I think. We're going to follow the trail. You continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Gretchen begins to shake in fear, whining meekly as she glances around the room with wide, anxious eyes. Oh, there's something under that cloth. I hate this. It's okay, Gretchen. It's just a big empty room. There's nothing to be scared of. No ritual circles on the floor. Stella crosses the room, training the camera on the door on the far side. Like the way you entered, it has been left ajar, as if inviting you to explore what might be behind it. The doors to this room seem like they would almost be totally invisible if they hadn't been left open. There aren't handles or anything, just keyholes. So it's got to be a hidden passage. Amazing. Your family really pulled out all the stops when it comes to creepy stuff. We'll follow. Oh my god. Oh god. So there was another child that they just like kept locked away or some shit. This is awful. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here leading back down to the lower floors, but there is also another door. Yeah, y'all, look at all that. Look at all that scratch. Oh god. It's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond time and time again. Holy shit. Yeah, like that's a prison room. That's a place someone was kept and it wasn't okay. and it was never okay. Gretchen's whining reaches a fever pitch. Jeez, okay, I get it. The scary room is too scary for a little dog like you. You don't have to go in, just don't go running off anywhere. See how the edge of the door is all messed up? Looks to me like something didn't want to be put back in there. Before you can stop her, Stella steps into the little room, her camera drinking in every detail. Oh my god. You step forward to join her, Gretchen remaining rooted to the floor outside. Yeah, like what, yeah, exactly. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window, set high in the far wall, is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond wouldn't be enough to hold the person imprisoned. You can't help but notice that the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Property of Alexandra. Look at all these scratches in the walls. Did a person do all this? I can't imagine how much it would have hurt. Yeah, the scratch stone over time, dude. Dude, it stinks too. Like nothing I've ever smelled before. I've been in sewer drains that smelled better. Tabby. What happened here, Aaron? What the hell happened here? Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost letters dug as deep into the brick as this cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. The doll used to be in my closet. Property of Alexandra. Stella walks over to the doll and examines it. Property of Alexandra? That might be a good thumbnail right there. We'll see. Kids always talked about how she went missing. It's one of our town's urban legends. I wonder if they ever found her body. Maybe there wasn't a body to find. Who do you think was kept here? That note we found in the closet, those clothes. I feel like it must be connected. This doesn't all feel like old skeletons in the closet either. The smell is too fresh, and some of those locks on the doors are modern. Stella lets that statement hang in the air. I just hope Tabitha didn't know about all this. To think it's possible that the whole time we knew each other, all those nights we stayed up late night talking, she might have known this existed? No, she didn't know. She wouldn't have let something like this happen. Let's just get out of here before somebody stands at the door on us or... You and Stella are interrupted by a sound wrapping around you. Music. The tinkling of piano keys, played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall, one you've yet to travel. You hear that creepy music, right? Stella seems uncharacteristically shaken. She clutches at your arm, the camera trembling in her hand. Oh God, someone else is in here. The player is doing this on purpose. It's drawing you forward, inviting you to investigate, asking you to choose to find it. The two of you stagger back into the hall. I'm big and strong. We're gonna investigate. I'm a big, strong girl. Stella's also look at those biceps. Stella's fit. We're gonna go for it. Do you think it's him? Wayne? Stella seems to swallow her momentary fear, straightening back up and letting the light return to her features. If it is him, he could have information. He seems like he knows a lot about what's been going on in the town. And who knows? Maybe he'd be more willing to talk now that we found all those secrets your family's been hiding? We're gonna go talk together, and I really hope, y'all, if my down baddedness and deciding we're a team-midness gets Stella killed, I'll never forgive myself. But we're going together. We'll go talk to him together. Of course. Exactly, dude. Exactly. This is what gets her killed, and then so be it. I'm so sorry, Stella. Next time I'll tell you to go wait by the car. Of course. No way are we splitting up. I'm not going to let that creep draw you into some trap without me around to help you out. Come on, Gretchen. I'll carry you. We're all in this together. If she dies, I die. Damn it. I'll fucking make sure of it. Stella scoops up Gretchen, the pug still visibly shaking with the fear this place seemed to instill in her. The Stella's comforting grip seems to ease her poor little doggy spirit a little. That's right, my little old lady. Nothing bad happened, besides being shaken to my core, I guess, but nothing physical. We're just seeing one scary man, and then we're leaving. We hope. We still don't know if it's Wayne, which is my concern. Her grip is firm and warm and reassuring. And together, you make your way down the hall to the source of the eerie music. Ooh, that's a staircase. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters, a network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate without so much as a window for illumination. Because that's how it was. They didn't give a shit. You can fit. You can fit. But you persist and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet estate. The echoing piano, your only company. Hey, Stella's right next to me. Soon enough, you see light again. The sun creeping in through the edges of a nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips from the overgrown courtyard outside. But as you make your way into one of the side rooms, utterly dark save for the open doorway on the far wall, the music stops. There's no warning, no gentle fade or dramatic slamming of keys. What's up, Wayne? I'm actually relieved it is you. I hope I get to stay that way. I still don't know your motivations. But for now, when you make your way to the music room, Wayne is already standing, his eyes glimmering in the darkness behind his stained veil. I'd hoped you'd come alone. Well, you'd better get used to me being around, because your days of harassing Aaron are over. From now on, you'll have to harass the both of us. Correct. That's all right. You can enjoy your slap. How dare you? You and I are already bound by our fates. How dare you? We're fighting, Wayne. You need to come to understand that. If you expect to help anyone, yourself included, you're running out of time. He slips away into the shadows. What did he just call me? Yeah. Whatever. Let's just leave, yeah? No, I think we've seen enough, and the floor down here feels like it could give way. Could give way and throw us down the cliff at any second. We made it all the way out. Why is it so hazy right here? The warmth you and Stella shared last night seems to fall apart in the fresh air, shaken by the unearthed secrets of your family's past. A tense silence holds between the two of you as your mind does its best to grapple with what you found. The cell, the doll, Enoch's occult sanctuary. Is it possible your cousin has known about all of this? Your eyes dart back up to Stella. Her gaze is fixed on some non-existent point far off in the distance, and you can only try to imagine what she might be thinking. Maybe she feels like you're connected in some impossible way to what you've just discovered? Like you carry whatever went on there in your blood? And Tabitha, who had lived under the same roof as that cell her entire life. The silence feels like a terrible thing, like detritus clogging the air, suffocating the fragile growth of a barely formed relationship. There is a feeling that the longer you wait to say something, anything, the more your tentative relationship will unravel by the second. Say something. Say anything. Just break this awful silence. I don't think we can trust my cousin. I'm saying it. I think she knows. I'm sorry. Why? Because we found some creepy torture dungeon hidden away in part of her house that's been condemned since we were in grade school? No, there's no way she knows. She would have found those letters from her dad. And she's not the sort of person who would keep something like that hidden from me. I'm pulling the hot. I'm sorry, y'all. It's here. It's on the board. I'm pulling the hot. I don't want my cousin to drive a wedge between us. We trust each other, right? I don't think... Stella... Okay, I get it. But if we're not going to Tabitha, then what are we supposed to do? We have to do something. No, no, fine, you're right. You're right. Confronting Tabitha right now is the only thing that makes sense. You already know how I feel about making this a confrontation, but at least we're giving her a chance to talk to us. This is about to get wild, I think. There are no picketers outside the mine today. The only sound is the constant low industrial clanking of unending productivity. The only sign of life, the slow-moving machinery beyond the rickety chain-link fence. The Scarlet Hollow mines are ticking along, as they always have. There is nothing here to stop you from seeing your cousin. Alright. Looks like the coast is completely clear. Except I hear fucked up whispers. Is there anybody chilling? They sometimes put little cuties in the backdrops. I don't see anything. Okay, it's just the whispers. You and Stella make your way through the front gates and up the short path to your cousin's office. Stella doesn't bother to knock before twisting the door open and confidently stepping into the trailer. Tabby. Stella? Aaron? What are you doing here? Why are you holding a shotgun? I clean it sometimes. Guns need that kind of thing. You know that. Stella, I would have appreciated a heads up that Aaron was safe in bed at your place last night, instead of having to wait up wondering if my cousin had managed to die while out adventuring around town. But whatever. It's not like I've come to expect much social grace from either of you. No wonder you get along. Let's not do the small talk today, Tabby, please. We're here for some serious shit. My God, I gotta get a shot of that. I love Tabitha too as a character, but she is scary as hell. Like, I'm sorry, that's the face of somebody who's done horrible things and has learned to like make peace of it with it to some way. I'm sorry. I think she's in on all of this. I hope she's not, or I hope she's salvageable, but I think she knows a lot. Yeah, I didn't say you could sit. You just came from the Forbidden Wing. Tabby, have you been there? Stella, what were you thinking? You know not to go in there. I know, I'm sorry. But the stuff we found in there, Tabby, your family hid so much from you. You deserve to know. Yeah, I won't go there. Don't get defensive. Let her talk. Hey, awesome. Hey, that's fine. As long as she gets to go. Like Enoch's study. It was behind an old bookcase. There was all this occult stuff in there. Well, like being into the occult, is that surprising? He was a rich man in the early 1900s. Of course he was into the occult. That was like a hobby back then. You know, I know that. I wouldn't have come all the way out here if that was it. We also found these old clothes in Grandma Eddie's room, boys' clothes, and a freaky note that looked like it might have been written in blood. And it said, "I'm still in here, and I love you," or something. I don't know what that means, but it was in plastic. She clearly wanted to keep it. There was a dungeon. I'm going for it. There was a dungeon in there, Tabitha. Damn, you know what? I don't know. Stella's got this. Stella's like, Aaron, I got this. But none of that is even important, because at the end of it all, there was this cell, a prison cell. Somebody was being kept in there. It looked like it had been used for years. And just before we left, we ran into Wayne, and I'm pretty sure he's the one who made sure we found it, but I don't know why. He was all mysterious and called me some old curse word and left. There, that's everything, okay? It's all laid out on the table. We didn't tell her about the birthday cards. this is intense, y'all. I'm not coming at you with anything like that. I'm going with this. Tell us the truth, Tabitha. Why did you invite me here? We can all still be on the same side. I'm not trying to pick fights. Some of these are a little worded in a way I'm not sure like what allegiances it's making, I suppose. We're supposed to all be on the same side. The two of you are family, and it's not like she had ulterior motives inviting you to her mom's funeral. Right, Tabby? Oh, when Stella finishes, your cousin gathers herself and locks onto you with a steel gaze. She might have just been more hurt by that question than anything. You put her up to this. I know you did. Stella has been a nuisance for years, always pestering me and trying to visit me at work, but even she knew never to cross this line. Breaking into my house? You're not that good at this, Aaron. I see exactly what you're trying to do. To turn my only friend against me. To back me into a corner. What girl? Isn't that right? Tabby, come on. That's not what's going on at all. I want to hear it from Aaron. I'm going with this. There must be a way to put an end to all this, Tabitha. You don't have to follow in your family's footsteps. See? See, Aaron? This is what sets us apart, because I do, actually. Somebody has to. No! That's the whole lie that our generation got told, is that we, that somebody has to carry on your line, your name, some responsibility you didn't choose. No. You mean the mines, right? Just running the mines? Yes, running the mines, and all that's required to do so. The sound of an approaching police siren interrupts the arguments before any further points can be made. Yep. Tabby, you didn't. But when? How? Pearl Ann had a switch installed in the desk ages ago. A direct line to the police. A mediating party sounds like a good idea right about now, don't you think? But I'm here. I can mediate. I'm good at that. How's this? Tabby, I know you're not to blame for anything we found in the estate. Clearly your family has a long legacy of keeping secrets. And I know you feel like we violated your trust by going into the closed-up wing and looking for clues. But look on the bright side. Now we can all try and get on the same page. Doesn't that sound good? Aren't you lonely keeping all these secrets? Please, Tabitha. I don't want this to end with anyone being dragged off by the police. And with what we have on you, don't you think there's a possibility it won't be Aaron who winds up in handcuffs? Or do you have any evidence of these supposed crimes? Or just footage of old rooms? Maybe an even better question would be, would you even be willing to use it if you did? As much as I can tell you, like Aaron, you've known me much, much longer. I doubt you'd ultimately be willing to turn in an old friend like me. I don't think Aaron is capable of that much persuasion. Tabitha. Dude, give me a second. Give me a second on these. These are rough. I came to be here for you because I know what it's like to be alone when your mom dies. And this is how you repay me. You're really going to do this, aren't you? You're really going to have me arrested, your own cousin. It really goes to show how much you actually care about Stella. You don't call the cops on someone you care about. Correction, Aaron. I called the cops on you. I'm glad you don't care about your family. Stella is merely on thin ice, whereas you have fallen through. I chose to go into the Forbidden Wing just as much as Aaron. You can't just decide to make your own cousin your punching bag. If you're mad at one of us, you're mad at both of us. No, I think I know who the real troublemaker is here. Because I know once I have that problematic element removed from the equation, things should go back to normal. Tabitha sighs, a certainty settling over her. Sorry I had to go like this. I do wish I could be honest, you know. Or really, I wish honesty would do anything. but it's not going to keep the mines running. It's not going to fix the things that are actually broken around here. Because that's what the Scarlets do at the end of the day. We keep the machinery oiled. We make sure its components are replaced when they break. It's a legacy I have to maintain, as cruel and unglamorous as it might seem to anyone else. And I'll keep shouldering that burden alone for as long as I have to. It's what I was born for. You too, Aaron, though you've been neglecting it for a long, long time. Okay, Tabby, you're starting to scare me. Stella, I'm sorry, Tabitha's off the tracks. There is a knock at the office door. Miss Scarlet, permission to enter? You were called, weren't you? Come on in. The door swings open, and Deputy Franklin, the sternest member of the Scarlet Hollows police force, walks in. All right. Well, isn't this a pleasant coincidence? I've been looking for you all morning, City Slicker. You're in a lot of trouble, kid. Too much trouble to let you keep wandering around causing mayhem. Oh, so you were already planning on taking my cousin in then? As a matter of fact, I was. Yes, Miss Scarlet. See, there have been problems around town lately, and I don't need any explanation. Go ahead. Be my guest. I want an explanation. What could you possibly be arresting Aaron for? Stella, don't interfere. You and I can talk after Aaron joins the deputy. Stella, you need to get away from Tabitha. She's a user and an abuser at this point. I'm sorry. I know she was used and abused, and that's how she fell into the role, but she's doing it now herself, so I'm sorry. Talk without her? Really? You're handing your last living relative over? No objections? You won't have me fired for abuse of power or anything? No, I think some time under lock and key will do my cousin some good. Now, if you could take care of this outside, Miss Richmond and I would appreciate it. You know what? I'm throwing the grenade into the room. Tabitha's the one you should be arresting. Her. She has a whole torture dungeon in her house. I'm going for it, dude. I'm done. Do you see what I've been dealing with, officer? Yeah. But it's true. I saw it too. Miss Richmond, I'm afraid I've watched too many of your videos to count you as a credible witness. I've seen the kind of theories you throw out there. Remember, you're an entertainer, not an investigator. Yeah, taxpayer dollars at work. Deputy Franklin whips out his handcuffs, more than a little gleeful as he uses some smooth police academy motion to lock them around your wrists. As you're dragged from the office, Stella calls out to you one last time. It's okay, Aaron. Me and Tabby are going to work this out, and then we'll come and get you, and everything will be okay. I promise. Dude, I don't want you anywhere near Tabitha. Get away from her. Officer Franklin drags you from the office towards the squad car, tossing you in the back seat and slamming the door. As you're shoved into the car, a voice crackles over the radio. Franklin, pick up already. We ain't got all day, boy. Apologies, Sheriff. I was just apprehending Aaron, as discussed over the radio. That's nice and all, but we need you up at the farms, pronto. Got ourselves a possible 187 brewing. 10-4. Damn, this day just keeps getting crazier. Suppose you'll have to come along for the ride, miss. Deputy Franklin wastes no time in turning on the sirens, blasting down the road towards whatever emergency is underway, with you in tow. This is possibly one of the few times he has ever been able to do this, and despite his sunglasses and stiff demeanor, there is definitely an excitement in the way he cruises around the treacherous mountain turns. This is the... Oh, fuck! Fuck! Oh, man, this is where you're leaving us? This is where you're leaving us? Well, y'all, we're being driven away in the back of a cop car right now to something. Oh, man, that's a great cliffhanger. That's a great cliffhanger. I would have loved maybe one backdrop here to go along with it, but I know how it goes. Oh, February 20th. We're going to save our game. Oof. Oh man. So that's all we got for the end of part 1 for episode 5. Stuck in the back of a cop car, being driven off to something. Hopefully Tabby and Stella come to some kind of arrangement, but we have a lot more coming in the second part next week. Yeah. I'm going to try to pretend that I'm not stressed as hell. This game is so slow that I can't imagine how it is watching it as a viewer. Because as a viewer, I can imagine it being kind of more relaxed. But when you're playing it and making the choices, it is stressful as shit. Even though you're just clicking a mouse and picking some conversation options. Like, my heart is my whole body's tight over here. But with that, I'll let y'all go. If you're still here, listen to me yap on. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider leaving a like, subscribe, comment, hitting that bell whenever I drop to see when I drop more videos. All that helps me so much, keeps me going. Other than that, just stay alert, stay alive out there. Have a nice day, and I'll see y'all for part 2 of Scarlet Hollow next week. Bye.